Wow, San Francisco, the city by the bay, the city that singers talk about, San Francisco days and San Francisco nights, where the sun shines down on the bay and making sure that you wear flowers in your hair. San Francisco, how I miss you. San Francisco is my home, and how I miss it. Haven't been home in over 2 years. But recently I've been thinking about San Francisco a lot. And as a proud San Franciscan, I have a real treat in store for you today. Top 10 facts about San Francisco. Let's go. Number 10 on our list is the United Nations Charter signing. The United Nations Charter was drafted and ratified in San Francisco in 1945. After World War II, 51 countries committed to maintaining international peace and security, developing friendly relations among nations, and promoting social progress, better living standards, and human rights. Thus, the United Nations was formed, and Charter was signed at the Herbst Theater in what is now known as the San Francisco War Memorial and Performing Arts Center on the 25th of June, 1945. If you like old American West history, you're gonna love this fact next, because number 9 is abandoned ships. The California Gold Rush of 1849 resulted in San Francisco's port becoming packed with abandoned ships. With demand to build the city up, ships were torn apart and repurposed for homes, banks, and businesses. The materials from these ships can still be seen in San Francisco buildings to the present day. If you drive around San Francisco, you'll see a lot of old Victorian houses, and some of the wood from those houses came from the abandoned ships that were left in San Francisco's ports. This is one that is a significant piece of history in San Francisco. Number 8, the Great Earthquake of 1906. In 1906, 3/4 of the city was destroyed by an earthquake and fire. The earthquake was the first natural disaster to be documented in photographs and film. The resulting fire burned for 4 days and caused more than $8 billion in damages in today's dollars. The earthquake is known as the Great Earthquake of 1906 and measured as 7.9 magnitude on the Richter scale, which is very high. Every single year, we as San Franciscans, we will always say, "Oh, the big one is coming, the big one is coming." And people are always fearing that we're going to have an earthquake worse than that in 1906. Number 7, Redwood salvation. In relation to number 8 on our list, redwood trees found in San Francisco building materials helped salvage the city from the 1906 fire caused by the 1906 earthquake. Redwood trees have a low resin content and a porous grain, meaning that it takes in a lot of water, and when fires reached a building that had wood filled with a lot of resin, they didn't burn as quickly, resulting in buildings being somewhat saved from completely burning down. And some of those buildings that were damaged in the 1906 earthquake were rebuilt, and they're the beautiful Victorian homes that you see today. Number 6, for those of you that love public transportation, and as a San Franciscan, I recommend you use public transportation because traffic. I mean, imagine going down Market Street at like 7 a.m. or going down there at 5 p.m. We've got cable cars. San Francisco's cable cars are the only national historic monument that move. You heard that correctly. The San Francisco cable cars are a moving historical monument. The cable that pulls the cars run at a constant speed of 9.5 miles per hour, and it's the last manually operated cable system in the world. Cable car routes are California Street, Powell Mason Line. Powell Mason Line was also given a second route, and that was opened in 1957. As a San Franciscan, I will tell you, I don't ride the cable car, but if you want to ride the cable car as a tourist, do it. Number 5, denim jeans. German immigrant Levi Strauss invented denim jeans in San Francisco for the gold rush miners who needed durable yet comfortable clothing. This next one on our list actually pertains to both San Francisco history and the state of California. At number 4, Monarch, the California grizzly bear. The bear that was used for the image on the California state flag lived in Golden Gate Park. The grizzly bear was one of the last grizzly bears in California. California grizzly bear was declared extinct in the early 20th century, but there have been reported sightings of California grizzlies in Sequoia National Park in Eastern California. Number 3, construction of the Golden Gate Bridge and San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. During the Great Depression, not a single bank in San Francisco failed. In fact, business was so good that the city constructed the Golden Gate Bridge and the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge during the Depression. In 2013, the newly constructed eastern span of the Bay Bridge opened. The original eastern span was damaged in the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake. For you baseball fans, this happened during the Oakland A's San Francisco Giants World Series. The original eastern span was a double-deck cantilever bridge, and as a result of the 1989 earthquake, Caltrans, aka the California Department of Transportation, began retrofitting the original span to withstand large earthquakes. In case you're wondering what retrofitting is basically bracing a structure so that way it won't collapse in the instance of an earthquake. Amid worries of damage from a future severe earthquake, Caltrans authorized the building of a new eastern span of the Bay Bridge. The new eastern span is a self-suspension bridge. Construction was completed in 2013 and officially opened to traffic on 2nd of September 2013. For all of you music lovers out there. Number 2. The last USA concert of the Beatles. The Beatles gave their last full concert at Candlestick Park, the former home of the San Francisco 49ers, on the 29th of August 1966. 25,000 tickets were sold. Although the park had a capacity for 42,000, the band played 11 songs and lost money on the concert. Drum roll. Number 1. Golden Gate Bridge Color Scheme. The U.S. Navy originally planned to paint the Golden Gate Bridge black with yellow stripes. The famed international orange color was intended to be a sealant, meaning it would keep water from damaging the structure. Green was also proposed as a color for the Golden Gate Bridge. However, green blended in with the landscape, and so orange was used because it stood out from the landscape. Probably didn't know about that one. How weird would that be? A green Golden Gate Bridge? Go and visit San Francisco. My advice to you, bring a light jacket, cause it gets cold. And don't forget to have a nice hot cup of coffee in the morning. Trust me, it'll warm you up. And after that cup of coffee, go out there and enjoy San Francisco, the city by the bay.